What's going on, everybody? Frank and Gordon here, back in the studio bringing you yet another video, and today we're gonna briefly discuss an important law that'll help you go further faster.
That's right, guys. We're going to reveal a simple yet super effective rule that will help you to get more done in less time.
Now, if you've been following us, you know that our motto is to go further faster.
In other words, we talk about structuring time and talents to work for you, whereby you squeeze the most you can out of your time to give you the most out of life. And all this boils down to what is called Parkinson's theory.
The idea is to set aggressive deadlines to keep your foot on the gas. Parkinson's Law, or theory, states that the time allotted to complete a task or project is the amount of time it will take you to complete it.
In other words, the work expands to fill in the allotted time for its completion. Think about it. If you have a job that requires 1 day's work, but have a goal to do it within 3 days, the likelihood is that you'll stretch that 1 day's work over the 3 days available to you.
So what Frank is saying is that the more time you give yourself to fulfill any task, the more time it will take you to complete it. Procrastination will for sure contribute. This is basically just human nature in action. Now, generally, when a deadline is far away, most people tend to do all sorts of things that are not task related, until that deadline gets closer and closer when urgency kicks in to reach the target by the deadline.
That's correct. It's when urgency kicks in that our task becomes a priority and everything else becomes secondary.
The more time we have to complete something, the longer it takes for us to finish it. This is basically a fact of life.
On the flip side, Parkinson's Law also states that work contracts to fill the time allotted for it. If you have 3 days of work to do a task, but a deadline of 1 day to do it in, you will work with more vigor and speed to get it done in that 1 day due to the presence of urgency. You will get your task done in the time you have available. The less time you have to complete a task, the less time it will take you to finish it.
And that's a fact. Keep in mind that if you have a task that doesn't have a deadline, or a task that has a far off deadline, it will most likely never get done. Or it will get done closer to the time of the deadline, with lots of initial wasted time.
So don't get into the false thinking that the more time you give yourself to complete a task, the better the end result will be, because more often than not, most time will be spent procrastinating rather than getting the job done.
Effective goal-oriented people always set very tight deadlines so that they get more work done in less time. This essentially is the meaning behind our motto, go further faster.
So the key is to set tight deadlines to get more done in less time. So challenge yourself, use our motto to go further faster by putting Parkinson's Law into practice. This is a surefire way to get more done in less time.
Well guys, there you have it. But before we close off, we'd like to recommend one of our previous videos that is related to the subject that we spoke about today.
And we're referring to our video called How to Motivate Yourself. It discusses 5 easy ways to push yourself to produce at your highest level.
And one last thing, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. And
we'll see you in the next video.